The liquor gate fire spreads to Telangana. K. Kavita declares a war against Modi government. Dares the Enforcement Directorate to arrest her if evidence. KCR's daughter is on a hunger strike in Delhi today. 18 opposition parties are expected to join the protest at Jantar Mandir. But it is election-bound Nataka where all the highlights are coming from. It's a defection Nataka. Actor-turned-Neta Sumalata likely to join BJP. BJP MLC Putana dumps the party for Congress. It's a sensational charge against Kerala Chief Minister. Swapna is alleging death threat from the Kerala government. Says she offered 30 crore rupees to not name Chief Minister of Kerala. In some sports news, Usman Khwaja hit a ton as Australia end day one of the fourth test at Ahmedabad. 255 for 4 wickets. Mohammad Shami picks 2. Ashwin Jadeja pick 1 wicket each. All right, we have big international news coming in. Xi Jinping has been elected as president of China again. Appears to be a unanimous decision that has come. Xi Jinping has got the third term as China president. Lawmakers unanimously have elected Xi Jinping as the premier of a neighboring nation, China. Xi Jinping unanimously elected as the president of the People's Republic of China, the PRC, and also chairperson thereby of the Central Military Commission. This happened at the ongoing session of the 14th National People's Congress, reported by the Shura News Agency. So that's the big news coming in and a confirmation thereby. Remember, there were concerns about Xi Jinping's rise as well, but this time, as it appears, it's not been tough at all as the third term comes in. Xi Jinping becoming third-time president of the People's Republic of China. Of course, it remains to be seen how the relationship with India will be. Let's go across to Abhishek Bhalla for the latest on that. This is unprecedented also for China, Abhishek, isn't it? What does it mean? And clearly, was it easy for Xi Jinping?
Well, in October, Pooja, he was once again chosen as the head of the Chinese Communist Party, which is not just a political head, but also a military head. After that, there had been several protests in China, which is not very common, against the government's policy, particularly the handling of the COVID issue. And now, it's being called an unprecedented third term, where almost everybody is saying that China's rubber stamp parliament, the National People's Congress, voted unanimously for Xi Jinping to be the president. Nearly 3,000 members of their parliament have voted him. There was no other candidate in the election, so that in itself shows, the kind of political system that is being followed in China, particularly under the leadership of Xi Jinping, who now gets a third term.
How should be India viewing this, Abhishek? What do you think? Because this, remember, has not been the easiest relationship between India and China, specifically with regard to Chinese attempted incursions and our border issues as well. So how do you think it would be crucial for India right now to be watching this unprecedented rise of Xi Jinping?
Well, a few days back, the Indian Foreign Minister had made it very clear that, there was a discussion with his counterpart on the sidelines of the G20 summit in Delhi, where he said that abnormal relationship between the two countries was discussed. So it's very clear that, under the leadership of Xi Jinping over the last few years, we have seen the kind of military aggression at the Chinese frontier. It started in 2013-14 in Ladakh, so that it actually coincides with Xi Jinping coming to power. Then there was the Doklam standoff for 74 days. And of course, since 2020, we've seen the kind of aggressive posturing in Ladakh, where China has tried to change status quo unilaterally. And there have also been, incidents of violence in Arunachal Pradesh. So it's not just one sector. We've seen tensions in Sikkim, in Ladakh, in Arunachal. So it's all along several sectors of the line of actual control where there has been a lot of tension. And of course, it's not going to be easy. India has seen the kind of the kind of the posturing that China has been doing on the border issues.
Well, for now, Abhishek, clearly for Xi Jinping, it's an unprecedented third term. 2013, then 2018, where some term limits were abolished, and then now in 2023, he is back and appears to be very easy for Xi Jinping. Even after 14 days of Umesh Pal murder, Atiq's son and his 4 other prize companions are still absconding. Police have declared a reward of 2.5 lakh rupees on Atiq Ahmed's son Asad, along with one of the alleged shooters Arman, Mohammad Ghulam, Bomba Guddu Muslim and Mohammad Sabir. Shehnawaz, who's being called as the driver of Asad's car, among those who allegedly who had executed Umesh Pal murder case, died in the encounter. Now, the person who gave his room number of the hostel has been arrested for planning in the case. So there are, remember, not just the ones who are accused of killing and the murder, but also those as conspirators in this brutal murder that had taken place. I want to quickly bring in Abhishek Mishra for the latest on that. Abhishek, you had been tracking this case since February 24 in Prayagraj when this killing had taken place, and then what followed. What are we picking up of how Atiq Ahmed's son and these 4 other names are coming in?
Well, certainly, Pooja, and as far as this development of this case is concerned, there has not been much success as far as STF is concerned. Yes, they were able to encounter 2 of these accused. One arrest had been made, Sadakat Khan, who is in the police custody. At the same time, there were several raids which were conducted in Lucknow, Prayagraj and other places. They tried to get more and more information and substantial evidences against them. But the reality so far is that the main accused, Asad, son of Atiq Ahmed, is still absconding along with 4 other shooters. Now, the police has changed slightly the mode of their investigation. 22 separate teams have been deployed by the STF. 3 are dedicatedly working on, search and hunt and doing raids. The 4 of these teams are working on the inquiry and relating the linkages as far as, all these substantial evidences which they've got. 3 dedicated teams have been are following each shooter. And at the same time, they've also increased the number of police personnel from Prayagraj, from Bareilly Mandal, and also from Lucknow as well. That is something is the strategy on the STF is working, and they're saying that soon they will be in a position of, getting the main accused behind the bars. But so far, it can be said that even after 14 days, the main accused and the main person behind this conspiracy, Asad, is still absconding. The UP-STF and the UP police hand in hand in working on this case. But it looks like that it will take more while as to get Asad behind the bar.
Because what it looks like is that they are looking at not just those accused of killing, but also the conspirators in this case. And it was an absolutely shocking case of what happened on the streets. And then one by one, the arrests and the encounters that are taking place. And of course, it's a huge political showdown because the Samajwadi Party, the BSP, all of them are jumping in to allege what sort of justice, encounter justice or bulldozer justice is happening in Uttar Pradesh. But all eyes will be on Delhi Netas. Former Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia was arrested now by the Enforcement Directorate after the CBI had been questioning and arrested him. And this is just a day before his bail hearing. Now, remember, he's an Arvind Kejriwal strongman, one of his closest aide. And just a day before the bail hearing, he is now lodged in Tihar jail after he was arrested by CBI and then the ED. But Arvind Kejriwal has called this a deliberate act to prevent Sisodia's bail and keep him behind bars. But it's not just about Delhi. This Liquorgate scam allegation fire is running and spreading even to Telangana. Telangana Chief Minister KCR's daughter K. Kavita has got caught in the net, summoned in the same case by the Enforcement Directorate tomorrow, which is 11th March. Meanwhile, what has Sisodia been up to in prison? He's written a letter and addressed it to India. He has said that the BJP is ensuring this is politics of prison. It is fearful of Kejriwal's growing popularity and claims that for the BJP, sending politicians to jail is easier than to build schools like he did. Amit Bhardwaj, my colleague, has been tracking the latest from Delhi on that. So, Amit, Manish Sisodia is still clearly very all guns blazing, even if he's behind prison. But it's interesting what he's doing. He's pushing the education model. But the BJP is also pushing the poster model.
Right, Pooja, Aam Aadmi Party has been very selective in the way they want to posture do the posturing and build a narrative as far as this entire crisis is concerned. From day one, Aam Aadmi Party leaders are projecting Manish Sisodia as Education Minister. He himself has been writing, addressing himself as the Education Minister of Delhi, and this narrative is being
Stay on
pushed
with me,
forward.
yes. Please keep tracking the latest on that. All right, we are getting this live visual coming in. Anthony Albanese, the Prime Minister of Australia, who's currently in India. And remember, of course, the visuals of yesterday when at the match of Border Gavaskar Trophy, they were together and it was a lap of honor. Today, you're looking at the ceremonial guard that's taking place. This is the Rashtrapati Bhavan.